I don't.
Do you think the Hollywood curse is gonna get to poor Tom and Zendaya? Think Timothy Chalamet is gonna lay down something in Dune?
Nah, man. Timothy Chalamet, he can't riz out Spider-Man. Yeah, that's just not gonna happen.
I don't know, man, because he's got the bad boy thing going for him. He's the bad boy artist.
Listen, if
he's like right up her alley.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, I don't.
Tom Holland's a good guy.
Yeah, well, yeah. I take back what I said. Let him stay. Let him stay.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I don't even want to think.
Never
about
doubted that.
Yeah, well, that's why Timothy Chalamet, like I think he's probably a good guy too, but he's not fucking Spider-Man, dude. Relax. Like, come on.
But now he's Paul Atreides. When you see that second movie, it's gonna be exciting. I'm very pumped for it. It's close enough to the book, so. But anyways, let's talk about John Wick.
Yes, he is a very cool person.
Because we were talking about what makes, good action movies. We were talking about Creed.
Yeah,
Talked about its emotional arc is kind of for me, that's what I thought was its strength to kind of build up to the sequences where an action scene would go down.
Right.
And I think John Wick, its strength is its set pieces.
Yes.
I would say. And this one, God, I can't keep count how many there were.
They did so many cool things. They did so many cool things. So many cool things. My gosh. I'm trying to, like, the stairway scene at the end when he got kicked down all those stairs. I was like, that's hilarious. Like, he should definitely stop rolling, but he just kept going. That was hilarious. But fighting back up, the scene inside the house with the grenade launcher, the car scene where, like, they're just in the streets of Paris, like,
being fools.
I have to drive. If you're telling me I get $20 million to kill John Wick, but I have to drive into oncoming traffic, and if I somehow manage to survive long enough to exit my vehicle, I have to fight a demon. I don't want to do that. That's so stupid. I don't know what these henchmen, like, it's all henchman logic. Like, anyone who sees, if you see all your henchman buddies get John Wicked by John Wick, you should go home. Like, I wish we could follow, like, just a sensible henchman that was like, I don't know, guys. It seems like there's a reason he's worth that much. Maybe we should.
Well, to me, every time I watch it, I'm just like, so is everybody in on this?
That's another hilarious, like, imagine just being a regular person in the John Wick universe. Everyone gets activated to assassinate John Wick, and you just work at Domino's. Yeah. Like, you're just like...
You're delivering a pizza, and you're just, like, seeing people die around you. You're like, I don't know what's happening.
What, yeah, like, he finally delivers the pizza, and he's like, hey, did you get the new alert? No. It's the person he's delivering the pizza to. Well, okay. Well, thanks anyway. He opens the pizza box, pulls a gun out, and he's like, what? That was in there this whole time?
Why are you handing me a gold coin? Where do I take this?
See you out there. The police, dude, the funniest
They don't exist.
The funniest thing about this is that you literally see no policemen in any of the John Wick movies. And in this one specifically.
No, in the first one you do.
You do? Oh, yeah, you do. They're actually a big part of the first one.
He's literally there for like half a second, though. And he's like, you working again, John?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I was thinking of something else. Yeah. I remember that. And he's like, you working again, John? He's like, yeah. And he's like, well, then I'll keep minding my own business.
Yeah, and then that was like, and then he just told the entire police world, and he was like,
not go back over there.
Yeah, John is activated, so crime's coming.
Yeah, so, and they've just had that on alert for 4 movies. Like, literally, it's just like, hey, there's this big street chase going in Paris. No, you don't.
And I think this is supposedly supposed to be like, with the first 3 movies, I think are supposed to be like within a week.
For a week, cops are just like, yeah, we're just gonna let it work out.
I mean, he had to heal from the 3rd to the 4th, so I'm assuming it was longer than a week that he took to heal. But I mean, he did get flung out of a 2nd-story building and hit a car, and then got up and walked away. So
if I see someone doing that, dude, they're either, man, I'm not trying to kill. Like if you get launched from a building, land on a car, and then get up to keep killing people, you got it, man.
That's fear. That's true fear.
That's true fear. Like if I saw that and I was a character, I'd be like, this is either the protagonist or an actual demon. I don't want to fight him.
Can we talk about the hotel owners' dentures definitely about to fall out multiple scenes?
Oh yeah, Winston.
Winston.
They were very polished, very white.
I swear to God, his teeth were like on the verge of coming out. Like if I found out that he was wearing dentures, I would have been like, I know.
Yeah.
That one scene where he's like reconnecting with John in that, and it's just like his teeth just keep coming farther out, and I was like, dude, is his teeth coming out?
Fuck.
Are they falling out?
I didn't even. Oh man.
I mean, if John's like fucking 60, how old is that guy?
That's a good question. That's a crazy thing. And Keanu Reeves did all of his own stunts in that movie. That is, in all of the movies, he's like 60 years old.
Well, I mean, yeah, beginning of this, he was like 50 or something.
Like,
Even still at 50 years old.
even in universe, like John Wick does everything that he does. He doesn't need a Gatorade. He doesn't need, like, it's just from minute 1 to minute end, he's just relentlessly murdering people for the pure joy of it. And it's like did you remember like the scene, like the Osaka scene? Like that's like they're there for a while.
Which I like that little call to Osaka Tower.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That was really cool. And like they were there for a while, but like the whole scene is pretty much like after the introduction is just fighting for like, so John Wick is just doing that, and then he goes to the next place, and then when they set the duel at the end where it's like all he has to do is make it there at the end of the night, he has to fight people for like, what is that, 6 hours? He's just fucking in the streets of Paris killing people until he has to kill one person.
Yeah, I was really hoping Bill Skarsgård was gonna fight or something, but he was a bitch the whole movie.
No, yeah, that's.
But I guess that's how the table people always are, like that. The Inquisitor, last movie. Whatever the fucking person that showed up last time to deal with problems from the high table. She was the exact same way, where she was just like, my life's in danger. Let's make a deal.
Is that Halle Berry?
No. She was a hotel manager for that hotel John went to. I don't ever remember where they're at because it changes like every 5 minutes and it doesn't matter. It's like Casablanca. I think it actually was Casablanca.
Sounds very Casablanca.
Yeah, I think so. Either way, it was the short-haired white lady. She just like kept walking around with also.
Oh yeah, I remember.
They have like some secret dealing with some person of Asian descent that they're like, work for me.
It's kind of, and it feels like an old. You know, I heard that Donnie Yen actually pushed back against like Yakuza stereotypes, which led to his character being more nuanced. And then because I saw that, or I read that before I saw the movie.
The movies are a bit stereotypical. Let's be real here.
For sure.
Their portrayal of people is not the roundest.
He deviated from that pretty greatly, though, because I didn't even if I wouldn't have known that beforehand, I would have thought that was just a great writing decision to make his character like that. But
yeah. He was great then.
And that's what makes me think, as much as I'd love those two to meet, it's really no contest. I don't know. I think it would be a bang out for like a second, John Wick versus Joel. Like if...
Well, yeah, Game Joel can, crawl across the country.
Yeah,
so
slowly murdering people on his way.
He can crouch walk for hours with no knee damage at 60 years old. So he's kind of a superhuman.
Yeah. So that's not fair. That's true.
He's essentially Spider-Man, and they just didn't tell us.
He's actually Spider-Man. The stuff Joel can do. My God. Yes, that's not
Spider-Man, Last of Us at Home.
Oh my God, The Last of Us at Home. Oh my God, the last one home.
The last one home.
I took so long getting home, a zombie apocalypse started. And now I'm walking across the country trying to
my
make
spidey
it
senses have been here to stop it. I could have told everyone to stop eating those cornflakes. Right, that was what the show said. It was like cornflakes or something.
It was like
people were
mashed
eating.
potato. Yeah, like cornflakes, something like that. It was something like that. Man, so what other good? I'll tell you my favorite action movie, Beetlejuice, with starring Nicolas Cage. That's my favorite, all-time favorite action comedy. Action comedy, of course.
Action comedy with Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah, was she in that?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Well, she must have been Beetlejuice Jr.
Beetlejuice Jr. Beetlejuice's daughter.
Beetlejuice.
Oh man. Well, I think that was a fun talk on those two movies. I mean, we diverged a bit, but I highly recommend watching both if you haven't seen them. We really didn't go, I guess, too much into spoilers. We kind of just broke down what we liked and picked it apart more so than going over scenes. So we didn't spoil too much, I don't think.
And stick around for the end credits scene for both movies. It's gonna blow you away.
Stop.
It's a fucking stupid ass. I hate Marvel so much for introducing that concept. Now we have to put up with this bullshit for movies that aren't even in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like, how about you just put the scene at the end of the credits in the fucking movie?
Yeah.
You asshole.
I don't understand how the end credit scene for John Wick 4 sets up a new series. Donnie Yen gets murdered.
I don't understand.
New
that
series.
at all.
Like, okay, so she's the protagonist. Is his daughter gonna like find out who her dad is? I'm assuming she didn't know who he was.
We don't need that. And then the mid-credit scene in Creed 3 where Creed finds out he's Creed. It's weird. It's weird, but so just stick around, it'll blow you away.
It's where he finds out that he's in a movie universe.
Yeah, he like Creed finds vibranium.
It all connects back to the Marvel.
It all connects back to Marvel.
God
assholes.
damn them.
Every end credit scene in history is somehow connected to the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I hate it now too because I don't even care. They're never good enough for me to want to stay, especially a Marvel. Like, I stayed for one of them at Ant-Man, and I was like, that was it. It was just to show a bunch of Jonathan Majors saying, we're going to go kill people. We knew that was happening.
So they just that's what I'm saying. Like, they know what they're doing. Like, I don't know, just put this at the end. They'll fucking stick around.
Yeah.
Idiots. Then there isn't one end credit scene just fucking Captain America sitting in a chair. Like, so how did we get here? Like, it's like the fucking... Yeah,
I don't remember that.
Yeah, like he pulls up a chair and he's like, so, you got detention. That's what it was. It was like a fucking...
There are little bits of joy like that where I'm like, okay, that's fucking funny. Like, he had nothing else to do when the world wasn't on fire, so he did, like, promotional educational videos.
Makes sense.
Speak to the youth. That makes sense for Steve. That makes sense.
Yeah, he did it.
Yeah, that would be 100% something he would do. He'd be like, Mr. Steve Rogers, this is to help the young kids because they're getting into detention. Well, I'll have a little sit-down talk with them. You can just put that doohickey right there up, the old camera snapper. It's called a film camera. Oh, film's in there, eh? I bet that costs a pretty penny. It's digital.
What?
Digital?
Someone's gonna have to explain to me why all these blacks are voting, though. Someone's gonna have to. I wanted Captain America to at least, he didn't have to be racist, but he had to at least be like, it's a little bit weird, like.
Yeah, they brought up his racism once he was dead.
Yeah, like that's it.
Because, like, all of a sudden, he was never racist, and then as soon as he was caught, it was just like, you know what he represented? Racism.
Yeah, he's looking down in heaven like, really?
Yeah. Apparently he's on the moon or something. That's what I heard. So he's like looking down on the moon.
He's looking down from the moon like, really?
Last I checked, I was in ice.
I couldn't have contributed to any of that.
I couldn't be racist if I was frozen.
As soon as he came back, just to have it be more realistic, he should have been like, "What is all these?"
Yeah, start really questioning things.
Yeah, like, are you you want to use this bathroom? Okay. All right, I don't think it'll go over good for you. But all right. I'm on your side, but yeah, Kanye literally just tweeted like 2 hours ago, like after watching 21 Jump Street, he forgives the Jews because he saw Jonah Hill.
Are you fucking with me? This is real?
No, it's hilarious. Yeah, I know that sounds like a joke I just made, but it's on Twitter. Yeah, it happened. It's hilarious.
Jonah Hill ended anti-Semitism.
Yeah, it looks like it. Because then after that, I think there's actually a thought-felt like sentence where he's like, you shouldn't direct hatred toward a group of people because of a few. So he literally watched 21 Jump Street and was like, that Jonah Hill young guy, he's okay. And if he's okay, that must mean the Jews are kind of okay. Fucking asshole.
He goes, wait a second. So if I'm watching this, and hear me out, babe. He's talking to his new wife. Hear me out, babe. If he's good, then that must mean that not all of them can be bad, right? And she's just like, honey, you did it.
You did it. You finally understand it. You
a breakthrough.
A breakthrough. Oh, yeah.
I'll call Kim. I'll sign the divorce papers now.
I understand. Oh my God.
He finally takes the ski mask off. It could come off.
Oh my God.
Yee is back.
Oh my God. I'm still not gonna take my meds, but I think this whole thing was good for all of us.
He's like, I'm just gonna become a flat earther now.
Yeah, I gotta balance myself out somehow.
And then, which I don't know if you know this, but a lot of flat earthers also are like Nazi sympathizers.
What? What's the correlation behind that?
So a lot of them think that that Hitler went to the Arctic, circle that goes around the Earth. He found it, and he's out there. And he
freezing to death. What is he doing out there?
Saving us from something, I think. But crackpot conspiracy. There's always something to it. But I know that they believe he's out there on the ice like it's the fucking wall in Game of Thrones.
Hitler found the ice dragon, and he's been in constant battle with it. For us. It's fucking
so it would be hilarious if Kanye just became a flat earther, because he would go from being a Nazi to just being a more low-key Nazi.
Yeah, Nazi adjacent.
Yeah. He go, I don't believe in Nazism, but I still like that Hitler guy.
He's fighting that dragon for us. Oh my God, dude.
Yeah, I know. That was something crazy that I learned when I found that out. A whole convention.
Do some more research on that, because that sounds delightfully hilarious.
It's pretty fucking funny, because it comes down to it for me where it's like, where does your leap of logic go where you have to, that is their reality. So that means that they had to detach so far that became their new reality. Like, what is the conditions for someone to just give up that much on everything and be like, yep, he was a great guy. He went to the ice wall and he's keeping us safe. I'm hoping to get out there with them. It's like, what the fuck?
Hitler joined the Night's Watch? What the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on, man? And what does that have to do with the Earth being flat? The
whole reason we don't fall off like we're on the tables because there's a wall, big old wall around this little flat little disc.
Oh man, the world just gets better and better.
It's like
the more we learn about it.
It's like the same with the. there are probably some Nazi adjacent conspiracy to it, but like the people who don't believe in dinosaurs, it's the same thing where it's just, they're like, I watched that one Drunk History and it turns out they made up some dinosaurs. And I'm like, yeah, people make up shit, but that doesn't mean they didn't exist.
Obviously.
Just because 50 of the species that they were trying to make money from were made up doesn't mean that the other bones they found weren't real.
I gotta know more about this ice wall, dude. I can't stop fucking thinking about Hitler fighting a fucking dragon. At the fucking end. And since like, when did he, like 1942 or 45 or whatever the fuck he died? Yeah. He's been fighting it since then. Being a Nazi must be fucking crazy.
Yeah. Yep. It is I just see...
You don't just have to hate the Jews. You have to believe in all of this shit, too.
And they're also anti-Semites. They think the Jews control everything and are ruining everything. So, Flat Earthers, Kanye's next choice.
You might have heard it here first.